good morning.
Good morning. That's saying.
Nyame adumo na nso e.
Aja, we betne. We betne. Na me gidi say no to me da ye.
Enra na me da e mana. Sa na me ka no. Adwendwen no do do.
Enra na around by 5 almost 6 p.m. and Captain Frame. No, so that's sorry, I'm not about over 900 missed calls. And Obi say, dear Nancy. But I'm actually TV, no, so TV, no, so here, not just say, yeah, we are Yapon, yeah, quite baby. And also picking numbers randomly. And I offer Bisa say, I don't answer course with Bribisa and the Yemshino. Of our way, dear, so JBC from the Nawasi. Of our way, dear, so JBC from the Nawasi. Of course, the bad, but I go about the man. The tradition still goes on.
And that's your friend Nanasi.
What's it?
And that's your friend Nanasi.
That's most of some friend Nanasi.
My credit crash.
Say, one my platform, I can say, yeah, na to sway na ye deeper.
Of course.
It's who I wouldn't captain number be at Mr. Freno. Na catch the say JB say Yamin Shirano.
Where can you talk?
Yeah, then I say. But then Yamin Shirano.
Why? Of course.
Who name the number? So the number is 0208 114490.
I think you are not the
020814490 or something. Yeah. It's Mr. What would the number be a friend? Catch the say Yamin Shirano. You may cost why to say now what you be going to be.
Oh, shy now, Jay.
Yes. But Enra, a very disturbing text message from Norbert Gborgbortsi. I don't know, so they didn't my try.
Yeah, Gborgbortsi.
Yes.
Consent teachers, you know.
Gborgbortsi, yes. But my main taking this opportunity, I mean, kind message or send the mommy. Or send the mommy, we are Gborgbortsi, Norbert Gborgbortsi. Okay. I say, good afternoon, bro. I hope all is well. I am still in police custody battling with injustice and sickness. I wish you all better tomorrow, but unfortunately, I may not live to see the very tomorrow we all wish for. My health is fast deteriorating in remand. My crime this time was to attend a harmless court to defend myself against allegations leveled against me. Only to be remanded into prison custody with sickness written all over me. Before that our parts, may God bless you, but I may not live to see the very tomorrow. Norbert Gborgbortsi. And this is a very heartbreaking, message. But that's not my first Sasso insecticide spray. Mekoba, you better go into details. There are some people and then they are still living. They are living comfortably in their homes. They are living in their homes comfortably with their families. That innocent people are in prison custody. Police custodies, for God knows whatever reason best known to those officials. Sometimes the court is our problem. Sometimes the police officers or prosecutors are the biggest headache will come here. And the mentioned outline NDC, the current NDC. More yababa election na mo premo. Yes, start your mo premo. Emma, ye the aura team aba, and the baba teaching kwafo, and the baba ye say, ha, GDM ahotosua Ghana for nya wo mo ho. And speed amode buy no. Naka ye nim say, oh, we dear, a chekra busumi sia busumi wache. And then kono. And never said that pike. Near who the pabonyafo mo krom ha no mu say. And adame kasa. If you have nasi, na me fast so insecticide spray. Now so ya boa for had here.
Onia mache fa bewo so. Nyumeko aso ya sin. Ege Sasso insecticide spray and coil.
Now so ba me ti obi bia na me mo bibia kwa ba biem. But But for the benefit of clarity, my message kind message Enra Norbert Gborgbortsi. And to me, when I read the message, it was heartbreaking. So now, minim prison custody or that, so that's a woman, so that he found, Norbert, for wherever you are, if you can hear me, indicate to me where you are. And let's find out because the panoso yare. The pan yare. Emma, Yareno is written all over his face. But nobody wants to pay attention to him. Just because Onidi, just because he was fighting for something for himself and for a certain group of people. Nani paya kwa that sells. You're chilling way before elections. So I was like, are you still in prison custody? I said, yes, I'm still in prison custody. For what crime have you committed again? Bonnie Ben Bim was answering. I said, Bonnie Amaya and say, and somebody they told me so. Say, what the Bonnie way? Why away? Judge the Bissau say, I had no question when is our Bonnie way. I said that be me this our Bonnie way. Why is I wasn't there be me? Or they say, you found conquer to fiancé. They ain't chained to say. It was a free case in the beam. Meanwhile, I also catch the court and say, oh, Yare. Emma Yareno is written all over his face. Everything is evidence. But you're for 3 years, because only Godfather. On your political friend say, political animal. So he can go and rot in jail. He can go and rot in wherever he is. Really? Is it the kind of Ghana you want to build? Is it the kind of country your person you're building? Prison custodies. Various prison custodies in Ghana. And I'm challenging everybody. I am challenging government officials. There are innocent people. Innocent people. I actually want to go out. You don't want to go if you are here. And then some people have died miserably. Some people are still battling for their lives. Some people are still crying and pleading for mercy. But nobody wants to hear their cry. Obian person better sound for way. And meanwhile, almost your Ghana for. But me go kind. Yes, we can afford that. I never be brave. Banking sector cleanup. They say 12 billion. We're going to spend 25 billion. Compare that one I'm honorable. Nobody is arresting him. I mean, what is this? Yay. Norbert Gborgbortsi, teacher ni, as one of those advocates, young guy. No Canadian. Bibiania, a person fighting for the kind of people are, or no more the same as you. The teacher need here. The teacher say. Now, was sorry, sir, or pay better condition of services. And your man in call for. And they say, what could the bonnet? Bonnet is the way you know, they told us why you say, only Moshe. Where before elections. And your coaches are brands away. You better do something there. Watch the back of them. Near postponed, near the Afaha, near the Namha, sa delay taxes. Granted, from January 1st to this time, I was saying, Menoka say, and then it's the 28th or the 29th of July, 29th July. Until now, this innocent guy, whether he is guilty or not, the fact is that Akwe Yare, Abrante Yare, not the prison custody, nobody is attending to him. It's a big deal, and it's a big blow, and it's a disgrace and shameless attitude. And the man can say your mind. Whereas people who have stolen government's sika, you call these people to come and negotiate with them so that they can pay the money. Nani power so anya body na mo da kwato fiase. Does it really make sense? Yay. Abrantie nam ho no the prison custody is here. Na wutumi ne nam ho. Na kere furata ne nam ho. Yay. No, people we know. investigation. Those people are working freely. Meanwhile, innocent people are dying in prison custodies. It's not heartbreaking for somebody to just pick up a phone and say, we are fighting for a better tomorrow. But the same tomorrow, I may not live to see that better tomorrow because my health is deteriorating and sickness is written all over my face. And any security personnel say, horrible. Can't they see things themselves? Why are we being wicked to ourselves? As a Ghanaian, you Ghanaian papa, and a Ghanaian, you dem a Ghanaian. Now, oje wo mienu miensa. Because one, the pakoni ni di. Only political godfather bia. Only party ba. Ena, the busse ni bia so enye top government official. It's any baby I would know. Na obeda. What kind of attitude and mindset there was of mine? Yay! Now, I'm going to message you. So, good afternoon, bro. I hope all is well. I am still in police custody, battling with injustice. He's battling with injustice and sickness and sickness as well. I wish you all a better tomorrow. But unfortunately, I may not live to see that very tomorrow we are all wishing for. My health is fast deteriorating in remand. My crime, my crime. But I don't want to pay attention to it because another person or different in the home. But every them rather so different. Yesterday I spoke to you about equity. Equity. The law has no conscience. Emra ni mi ansa, emra ni ma dwen. Emra, aya di bu ya man, emra edidi ye so, eni adwen.
Ya bosom no bedi wechi.
Enu ti, ene yakofa bibia ye fra no, the equity ene ba ye. O say equity is equity. Even though it is not always the case. But if you want to apply the principle of fairness, the principle of fairness, if you want to apply that principle of fairness, that's all the maximum of equity. Somebody like Kerofurata should not be sitting somewhere. Somebody like Wotubi should not be sitting somewhere. Somebody like the National Cathedral Executive should not be sitting somewhere. But innocent people are rather being punished for whatever reason best known to the state. My crime this time was to attend a harmless court to defend myself against the allegations leveled against me, only to be remanded into prison custody with sickness written all over my face. Yay! And now, Sabante Nune. Ebia no nebema judge ni o say court no any age. And then nebema prosecutor any age say yes what you cool and I said what because only the and I'm not sure anybody will hear that. Because who is Robert? Who is he? Nobody knows him. It will be some selected few people. I don't know Norbert Gborgbortsi or whatever he is doing or whatever. It is just because or you're a political person. Now you won't conform on what you treat to. You won't conform on stage. They are on public platforms. I can summer a bomb mine. Those people are working freely. That innocent people are still battling for their lives in prison custody. I don't know what mine are. I don't know what mine are. Fiamino can say, Orafo, Sakasana, Mokasano, a Twitcha, Munjai, because I am a blue and I would get Ghana for. Now listen. One Amokokayo must say, these are your documents. It's not my documents. Must say the banking sector cleanup. Nanka must say, Kerofurata say, or the 12 million Ghana cedis said that way. Eko wiache, a baluko, 25 billion Ghana cedis. This man is still battling. Momo say, Keroforeta say, banking sector may hear 12.7 billion Ghana cedis. And a letter, a balloon call 25 billion Ghana cedis. So what is preventing the state, the court, and whatever institution? So let me follow up with this case. It's been 7 months now.
When we are signs and symptoms.
Now prepare that soon. I'm one more. No excuse. And I'm so young for attention. Now the state want to have sympathy for him. The state want to pardon him because he's been a former minister of state. Meanwhile, the body and mama say why you know. And also, I must say, an innocent person be a because that's way. Nanka, or better with the hospitals. You better with the WOHO. You better with the schools. You better with the quiet. Emma, Papa, Echo Good Banks are hold. Emma, somebody like Kofi Amwabe.
Oh, I don't know.
UT Bank. Emma, somebody like Parker Syndrome. Emma, some people. I mean, one of more banks are hold Ghana. Emma, lose a lot of people. The level of employment. That's how Kofi were crazy. Ghana for your dasharia. Yes, I'm for Nina. Because of Ken of Foriata.
Bibini and Nipa.
I don't say I can watch them.
Bibini.
I don't say I China. Ya the Kukwasa. Emma. Oh, Yababa. Emma China. Me sure I am a Yabako surgery. Emma China. Manya Cho Yakwako yi. Emma Sanse Musa. Nyakeka. Na. O mine a guso a bopani we woka. Now, Muria, National Cathedral, almost 58 million Ghana cedis, US dollars. Now, Omomoye in charge of the National Cathedral project. They are still working freely here in Ghana, and they are doing
Cathedral, no, they are going to be as
Apostle Opoku Oyina, and Ameboa. Yes, I'm a friend. Apostle Opoku Oyina, Professor Apostle Opoku Oyina, who was the chairman of the National Cathedral Board, also, whatever. Reverend Victor Kusibuate no mo kawuni na say you say e no kwese some for way at the 58 million US dollars near the kwako just a romantic hole and crane and then your man near the edge site contractor ni guso charge Ghana e ma Ghana never met here because you didn't see horrible no or what charging no per day Ghana never hoka and you are telling me that these people should be working freely? Cathedral, and innocent people should be going to jail? Yay! If this is what it is in here, and the moment you want to say, I'm not one and I say your mind, why you pay the chill? Why you pay and your chill? Yet this is what they was when more harrier. They are chill. They are the one who got to yes, you want them because of Bianca Oshe.
No, what in an andunka?
Sad so Obianca Hoshe because ya chill and then I yet to come out who say Emma, you say National Cathedral Board or whatever, yet here an ungodly salaries. You check of what card also poor, yet your man's car and the check of what car. Me, I have never been against the National Cathedral, and I will never be against the National Cathedral. But the attitude behind the National Cathedral. That's my biggest headache. And these people have committed serious offense to the country. And they are working freely. And that's how go for way. Innocent people are getting rotten in police and prison custodies. What kind of country are you trying to build? That's how the only thing. And I don't know. Say, you sure that's when more hurry, and they are quite chill. Say, JB, the Baba Chin, dear. Hey, JB, dear. And yeah, poor cock, JB,
what you know?
They are call, say, NIBO, say, police, say, whatever, say, prison. Near cock, they can see a pa, but I say, yeah, the bill, you're granting the bill. And they are cheer, near your bill taps, near EJB, not JB to hold them or Kikasa.
What you know?
Meanwhile, not conform what to Bonnie and Cassa. And then they are looking for windows. They're preparing their door for so. Now, why is that Attorney General? I'll be in charge of all these things. Some of these things. Because you give advice to the court. You give advice to the courts. The Attorney General will be massaging cases. Will be hand-picking cases. You are dealing with cases where they enter. And some of these cases, you will conform to prisons. You will some remand. You don't control remand. You name that. I'm not getting by that. And you say 108 million ambulance scandal. Yeah, that's so. And I done kasa. And you go so kasa. We are talking without any action. Kwakwajima, who was the health minister, is still sitting somewhere comfortably. He cannot be arrested because he is a statesman. So-called statesman. Yeah. Hospitals I went to me and see. Ambulances I saw a quarter of boka. Now, minded that's what you want to more. They say, yeah, that's a issue because what the minister paying. Look up, Nanibia, Nash, I only D. And I'm saying, Nash, I could via Banche. Which I would not encourage is that Obi Coco via Banche. And Obi Coco will be chrono. But chrono be and tell chrono be. That's how the Pacron, you see, Uncle remand. You never work to remand for God knows how many years. And I'm saying only D. No near any be honest with D. No the political godfather. No one you have about the Tidominti. That person will rot in jail. Is that what we want to do as a country? I just say 108 million US ambulance scandal. Menoka say this case, Robert can say, oh, your open case, you know, and your investigations, and I saw, which some. But now 4 years, Abba. 4 years, Abba. Both are the latter part of the 4 years, Abba to Abano. Near started witch hunting, political witch hunting. Near teaching conform be basa. Now creating tension, a creating chaos, you know, our memoha. Not innocent people, some of them will die miserably. Our prison's custody. They will not die a natural death, but they said a cool. Our prison custodies and the prison custodies. You see so many of them, you've heard so many of them. And some of these things are heavily ungodly. You first have to way fight to children mind. You first have to way fight to children because a bus are not a man go. Yeah, when innocent people cry, when innocent people it goes against the state and of course in Kofua, I am not here to justify say Norbert Gborgbortsi and anybody. That is not my issue. No, that is not my issue. So Gborgbortsi, because me tell you say you're frame. Police for me chain me. You're farming courts. You're farming Jashe. So Gborgbortsi. But that be about the sign or no yet na court Gborgbortsi. But the point is that a query I did Mrano and the Faso and the Achi Abrante Yaso. Onua kasa nim. No catch a court and say, oh yare. Young mama dear no, not the whole tunnel. Now, should have been as a court to hear the Bema, what to me about. Young granted the bill crack a crack of Yassin. Yes, it won't to me a cock with deep bonnet. Or what you call at a hood wall? What she cast a firm, sharp, Manicas as a windshow. Would to be cast now, I say, or they buy those luxurious cars no to see now. Or not to me and Yakudro because no original chairman. Eti cars in the bar. No, to be influence, Minister, me your Maya, and I said, be a minister. Naka, what and how authorities paying part of all honomono. As a data, I come at the data. No, to me, a cheer from what to me a cheer from more. When Jack Prempo Alpha more minor. I think, sir, that place, survival of the fittest, it took on when he had there. And I call that position. Sometimes, over to find your way. But who the position be there? You lie bad.
Ghana for Musorio.
Not quite to be a chair from. No, remember you saw the luxurious cars because not by our power.
Wait.
Yay. Na me no me enu. Yaka yakwa vit. Any cars Toyota Corolla na sefue. Near the atwa hodo de gu yeso because ye ne eni mo hare. Ye ne eni mo hare tie twa ne ne bode. What to be entua de akọ demorage. Na afibia bus da kubia na wutie ska e de am oman no. Na wutumi no mo de na nam ho yesi entua kapre. Ampede pa ye entua kapre.
Adan. Menya Ghana ni bio. Episo se say the one we never president inti. Ghana for Musa.
I'm not here to justify so be your body and why your body. But body be your body be. Now I pay there I say because of the YNT. The YNT. And your man cry near granting the bill. And parents say you're not granting the bill. But not in the whole nobody wants to pay attention to him even when he is still in pain, battling with his life, with sickness.
Adan. Menya Ghana ni bio.
Now I don't want to be pain free. Yoko for Bano. No, I don't want to be better. Obi and I as a patch. I didn't see you. Who has a Aquena on an Amhodo Basabasa Sano. You see, yet to me in your mind be saying, Nianka said, what did ye? If I was in chain, ye negotiated with you. What would need India? Go and rot in jail. I mean, how? Now, 108 million ambulance scandals. A man who the former health minister who was in charge of this procurement and all this that man is still walking around. I am not saying so anybody, but more I'm the buy and I'm say Papa and Abogana Chrono. So you investigate him. How far with this investigation? 7 months in here. Ambulance scandals, how far with it? Can you guys have been predecessor? Nothing done the casa. Anyway, wants to come and negotiate with me. And I will move back now. NSS for bar, some of them are negotiating. Please, we do not need any level of negotiation. Crime is a crime, and the law is the law is the law. What am I when we go to law school? But must say Emra, I am that. Sasu Emra. The law is the law is the law. That's what you were saying. And I'm not ready me, but they did GH boy. I'm not Timmy, but I'm Chinash. I'm not Timmy, but I'm captain. Yay. Yes, in every rule there are exceptions. But exceptions move on more a bomb mine.
Honorable member, what is your name?
These are the same people. You see, I call Bobusia. And they call those ambulances. These ambulances, they call Bobusia and they call Kotoye. You see, it's can be over 108 million US dollars. Scandal kwa for be sassy. Na the pakome de so 1990 hono mo. Na me ebia me ni obi anya akasakasa na me ho ya judge na hinti. Judge na say mo fa ne konkoto afiase. Na time me pe na my friend say obra do me yi ni ho ano. What nonsense is this? What nonsense? What kind of obani ebu ni basabasa sa no? And I've said it and I'll continue to say sometimes the court is our biggest headache. The same papaya. Yes, sir. Yarabia by friend of COVID-19. Papa quarter vaccine Fabrea or Baya. Vaccine no. Mamika Brofudi and Natias here. I said the scandal exposed an attempt by the government to produce a vaccine that at inflated prices, which reported showing that the cost of the vaccine was 19 cedis per dose instead of $19 per dose, instead of an estimated or expected $10 per dose. It's not vaccine baku beer $9 and that's me boy. $9 and that's so. No pay that so that boy. I feel paying call by year. Papa catcher said, "No, not doing your juma. All sides are contract. All kinds of no, not doing the honor. He was under duress or some kind of useless pressure.
And the law is the law is the.
And you're saying that this man should be pardoned, but innocent people should go to jail.
And the law.
Yay! $108 million is what we are talking about. These people should be pardoned because of because of a former minister. No problem. But the same year, Baba and the selective justice, dear. Then I don't think that of my ye. Say you're going to do this selective justice. Say, wait there, Yamaminsa on your check a crack. But you shall not say, you show the way more Harry to the bra, who did that they found Kokotum Kakra. Not judge Nasha when him. And I'm saying, who never said you about what we are called judge in Honomo. Not in a corner negotiate. Not in that deal come on. I can say, oh, Mr. Judge, this is not what it is. But I'm ready to negotiate with you. Or I'm ready to do something. To benefit all of us. Now, afraid the Bible said, Judge never free assembling term. No free assembling term. No much nasty, no more assembling network. No Biafra who free no call. But who the only D into Sadiano, a bit sit down. The law is so straight, which I know the law is so straight. That is why there was an introduction, or there is an introduction of equity, which is fairness.
And the law is the law is the law.
The Speaker of Parliament says that the law is the law is the law.
And the law is the law is the law.
The suspended Chief Justice, was the law is the law. Emra. And the Speaker said, yes, and you can say, the law is the law and it's the law.
And the law is the law.
It is Emra there. I don't think I'm running to be I'm running to chime me yabonia ya chime kese ede me kokoto fiase ma mi su de sekusie sun na fei kwabna ne a ono abon man waya de atio mamuni nyina akofo bia fa hwahwe won kwa akofo bia fa hwa digem akofo bia fa hwa prepra na sa akofo no nam honom they are working freely ba wo de koto de se ne bodwe ya chi da nyeye because of your mampayin bi awo fase. Why former minister be paid? Why say it is those people there? Let us give them those privileges and the chances to live around. But who would there any more hurry? So you continue to rot in jail. That is what they are talking about. Now I say COVID-19, about 21 billion Ghana cedis COVID expenditure. And no, and that's what the more Ghana ye ni sorry ni akwa bobusia. See the kwakoto ye bosa ne ye bono ye de ba bebo ye ho bra na kwabna ne ewie sika de good bottom na ye sesa de pakro no nate wo no free bra na kwabna ne ewie sika de good bottom na ye sesa de pakro no nate wo no free mo branko babia a struggle or ye an advocate ojai ye sesa de pakro ne de na ni mo harenti ye to wo mo no ye kuno ye say no ye mani pakro no onko de fiase no owu. This is the kind of jokes ye dey to mamu ha no say ya ye hu the level of agiya dasabi and pay for them between some brothers you pay for them binom sometimes when they take decisions, especially some of the court decisions what's the order when say what take decisions be say that decision we pa okay the person has been remanded for God knows how many months. Bosumen so any meboa. Okay. Prison of police custody or whatever for about 7 months and even more. Okay. Your friend or your can ask him, are you guilty or not? I said I'm not guilty.
The law
is the law. Then kokodem na time I'm a pay. Na my friend na waba na aye hwehwemu na afi yetime di wasem.
The law is the law.
You see, if you begin to build a system like this, you see your man, you see a selective justice. And a way you own your bra. Or says the national heritage, national service authority. Wano Nana B and an amho. Yes, I John Romani Mahama. I can work campaign platforms to play. Nana B Momba Abacheno. Why is Nana B still walking around? Yay! Why is Nana B still walking around freely? He's also John Romani Mahama and Nakai. So bad Abacheno. Because Omabo NSS 4 chrono, Omabo Ghana 4 chrono with ghost names. And this same man is walking around freely.
The law is the law.
Meanwhile, go to prison and see. People are dying. They are dying like animals.
And the law.
For God knows whatever Bonia or more committee
is the law.
Now you will conform where the moon and the one move freely. They are not. You wolf and also for Sobia. What man and chrono? You also for Sobia. Now tell the general so bad. No, Baba Casa Bebre, Casa, no action. Casa.
The law is the law.
What's the special prosecutor?
The law.
Casa.
The law is the law.
Yay.
And the law.
Ever since Kisei Jamin assumed power, the special prosecutor. Until once na mpo tu mu kram po me yemfa wansa nko jail da lebwa da bia na ya kasa sa no de bia da ne nyom to comedy sa sem hunu sa ne Ghana yetim and ye hu ye ho ano and you are prosecuting innocent people at the expense of people of we nation reckless akofo ma bomb mine no sa akofo de se ye nja won na mo de mo ni di omo na omo yere ne omo ma no mo ni di freely.
The law is the law.
And the law is the law.
These things will not help the state. The speeder. When they find one, when they say Operation Recover All Loot. Operation Recover All Loot. And they find Ora. Ora for say 130 million frontiers covered testing scandal. Now, the frontier COVID-19 airports scandal implicates the Akufo-Addo government in a corrupt contract. In a corrupt contract that prioritizes profit over public health. Despite attempts to block information disclosure, documents reveals that 1. Frontiers were chosen without any competitive process. Number 2, procurement laws were violated. Now, Ghana Mremu said procurement law, you violate here. It's an offense. It's an offense. Now, Frontiers charge $150 per test, but government received only $10. Let's go forward now. What Dimrika? Akwa betrocho sa nyema we amagana fo nya gide omumu mo ba ya kokwasa sa kokwasa ne kasa tintin kasa sa ye wuhwe yey
bibini ye nipa o
mo chi omo wani mo hare
bibini
mo chi wona wani mo hare na mo ja wona wo di because na kwa political bibi na fe ya say say ya chi woot media and the benya MPs for ni bi no more your more foot say Ghana budget
bibini
no go salary arise Ghana youth for your country no more start no more then that alone frustrates the government, and the government says that okay, let's look for a means to release him from the police custody or whatever custody he may find himself. Now by now negotiation no more to make guys and the pakro nam. But me no see there ye nya sama ye see ye ni obia me need your Mahama telephone number and I me need Akufo telephone number me need Kedoforata number and I me need Attorney General reference
when
me need the number nti say sa na tie dia wo ni panyi bia wo fie nti na wo de kokodam na ye nya ho a ye ba be ka wasam de ama.
The law is the law.
And the law is the law is the law.
Kasasa wo krom how do we say kasasa all in the name of court procedures and a court let's say and a court let's say and a court network that say and a court network that say and the investigations I did write myself me and I'm with myself baby. You might think I don't understand the processes. Yes, I may not understand the processes to the core. But move your choir mufaso before and the prosecutor chachichikata. Yay. Move your choir kufuor ma penda da kufuor and the chachichikata and the two mu. Was that not the same court? Move your choir fast so the chichim kufuor abuga pele no those squad. Oh, mudi Ghana sika mo say mo Ghana krono and mudi Ghana sika granted. Omani in any jay, but now, about the science, is there people are a nim, abosu mona mosia, some of Bomani chrono, and your man. Sani pakoi sam kofukoi e da so ne nam honomo e na ye hu ne wo ye e no toto wo pande ko e no mo ne nam akire e na ye ba oh achede je na we dey srewa sika danka medi 20 Ghana but kind of the hono ne ya je ne ya ma. I mean what kind of country is this? We are sick.
The law is the law.
We are sick. Until we sanitize our system, innocent people will die. And the blood of those innocent people will continue to be a curse unto the nation.
They are sick people.
Say your sanitizing system no. Near my seven predecessor. One boni ni woho. And I say innocent people. Say mo woko is yaumu. Na se omumoja omuwa. Omumoja no be dane no me e de mo man no.
Onua Maakye o.
Na fe o man no ebre. Ye baby bia enye ye. Bon say to fa hanum say ni ye bo on goals say dade ye ho hare magoa na ye hye on goals ni ye kasa ye ho bone na asa nipa krona wadi bone no na wakofra empemfuo ani eti onam hokra ye hu no na sam afri ye tirim nti aka ne ho asem mpo na asem kura akwakoba just because he's a political figure, he's a political animal, and he has been in politics before. So sani pakrona there to hell with you.
Me machire o se sanko.
Why you gonna need ya?
Omo yare.
We are GH1 now hokoba sama. You be we are wallet to cry your friend say national security. You be we are who wallet
people.
You must say we are work at home.
They are sick people.
You see some of these things, we talk about it and people feel that we are making noise. But say Onua. Say Onua. What that's already normal. But never come to na ka wonantini. Na tu na bi ko wani na be won say me nya boni bia o.
Gwen.
Na fi mo asa pagya mo ne na Ghana for mo sorry o na say o ne akeka se hunu sa. These are some of the things we are talking about. We are not targeting any single individual, but the law is the law is the law. You people are saying it.
The law is the law.
I am Namkoka say here $222.7 million US dollars a Bank of Ghana corporate office scandal. $222 million US dollars Bank of Ghana corporate office scandal.
The law.
Operation Recover All Loot. Must say Bank of Ghana corporate office sika over $222 million US dollars. After one sase, mo you say scandal wo hu. Sa kofo we, omo we na so da so ti wo.
Na scandal why?
Do you know
is the
how
law.
much 222 million Ghana US dollars can do for this country? And yet 22 million Ghana cedis so 222 million US dollars. Yet the manema who will bet me I am man.
The law is the law.
Yes, say just corporate office of the Bank of Ghana. I forward SAS just gather you. That's how for that now innocent people are still getting rotten in jail. And the
law is the law.
And we sit here and we talk about the fact that when they or a political animal, he's a political something, so or the politics no you pardon the kakra. No saying that kukudra be kase se me ba bremu biemwa. You better check on for the go. This is madness at the highest level.
Is the law.
This is madness at the highest level without any apology to anybody.
No.
Because se say you be your mind here. Then I don't see the reason why it's here. You see in your court. Now I'm paying that for in his own wisdom. I can say court no a check I will send me what do. It's your court which is a fast track high court. That court still exists. But no can say a kofo gusu gurmanda or we know about money for my You see, these people are still walking around freely. Yes, say, Yakoko to Pualugu Dam over 11.9 million US dollars. You cheer scandal, you say a scandal 11.9 million US dollars. Pualugu Dam. Me no can say, Oko Honoa. Bibiani ho. But in your bosom, ne sama ne go to Sadam no. See, and your bosom, and Nanya Samai, Ananya me nana a wawuda ne baby ene kokotu sa dam no. Eye kwabna ne otaso te ase. But the Lord will not deal with people like this. Na fi ye ba na fi akokoye nchechiremu. Ni pay o ka tell me say. Oba obeche su me say no bente because sani pakwa no wadi bone e dey ti o man no. Granted dey ate ase. Afre di pakwa ya saso ba ya. So na wadi bone de but Onua say edru time bia e say etumi etietie na sem na ye ma court no enya daje no church nsemu na yenya enough evidence na ye de those evidences no na ye de take you up the process nsebunu sa Mr. President, with the greatest of humility and respect to your office, innocent people are dying in police and prison custodies. Almost some will remand. But people who are nation reckless and people are mwakasa mwatlani almost say omwedi omainawu. So also President nationwide reckless. Fine, me that say. Moses adi pakono ebinom adi Ghana wu abo Ghana krono ama Ghana akoko gina ba bia enye nti Ghana sisi ade anim onyam atwetwe form nti enna se president omapayini John Dramani Mahama apeti row e de twene to a na se ebi ni hodomo a age se ye dimrika eko IMF eko bobosia ne ye de sasika ne bi e de bi ato row na ye de sasika ne bi e de aboye ho bra ye de bi abetua adwumayefo kade na sefo na ya say sasika ne ahodo na dodo na akwakwahye kofo bi botomu a ya say nhwe ye hu enti yemie mranim na yenya no enne ochira because court no e won se bebre he gwen bibi ye de betro mamu a bibi ni ye ni na fe attorney general tinya ba begina platform so na fe na dane ne kasa what is this talking all about? Yay, what is this talking all about? Please, Ghanaians do not need explanation from you anymore. He said, Ghana do not need any explanation from you anymore. Just say, oh, kwa ticket for your tadiaba. What did not to red interpose, red alert, or whatever. So now, you are not telling us anything. Say you say you say when negotiate, you say you what is one of them? Adanko that day, and that's about the Ghana for Diagro. Na attorney general na fe akwakoba say nipa bia omabo man ne krono say wanche wona ana se worhwe wona asemu a na kasa akofo no be fesa sika na di kwa na so akofo na ba say omo no be negotiate so aba ho kwan say woni omo negotiate once the law can deal with them and still recover all the money for us.
The law is the law.
Sometimes some of these things you call law school, but some of these things you should apply common sense.
The law is the law.
These are some of the facts. These are some of the things are man you here because innocent people are dying.
Is the law?
At the expense of Obia Penibia. What Bogana? Look, every corruption is a denial of somebody's life.
And the law is the law.
So what did Ghana Sika? See, a man Sika say, Yama GH boy Sika say, $10 million. GH boy Fakwasi school are dying. Na enkra enye bi entena mu no wosua de no mutumi mebo man no na GH boy say Okoto foundation $10 million na san into school that want to be a see na school akwala no da so tibia se na who knows that gen bebu beku akwala no nti be say eda oye da bi beba na ya start na keka nsem gwen ya start na keka nsem meanwhile ye wo kwota hu no bebre say so ye miemu
the law
is some intimate content
is the law
because we are tired and now you're 2 way the shada and not tell you 2 way the shada and now way and not tell way look this is not what the Ghanaians people want Ghana for you when you per action see it me teach atuti katatumu say wakoko bo man ne krono na say we dig Ghana sika is it different from Kedofoyata? Is it different from Kokwajima Benu? Is it different from who to me? Is it different from Onua, Mama say, Mama Bubadi? Someone about Ghana Chrono. Are they different from the same old people who were in prison once upon a time? Yay. The fact is that innocent people are dying. Now, finally, Mr. President, most of your people who are NDC executives are still mining in virgin forests. Are you aware?
Oh, I don't know.
Yero Kofi Amamwa, Minister in charge of natural resources, lands and natural resources. You people, are you aware, sir, some of your party executives are the same people mining in virgin forests, and now, because of, say, a binary society, Jabosa could take you over also Eye Galamsey DB. Now, no, Ashanti region. I'm watching Kofor mining, I'm going to Galamsey. As the chess excavators, about 80% of them are NDC people. True of us. Yes, true of us. Today we might not see the effect of our Galamsey activities on our lands and on our health and but mind you, sisi ameno ka say esikafo mo okrom ha no mu say no astate kransu ofia manone e de babe no no ha babe no de e be koso anum su fit and tiny sa into hospital say wonya kidney stones, liver cirrhosis ene hwan ya bobo yare basabi near the amount but kromas kafo da wo wo scan de anyone now we ye Galamsey papa we must say yes when you assassin no that's how for the number of cotton so do one no abrochi no one no I no me no de because one matechene sa look say your cost your money to say NDC nie aba nti yema NDC take you over from NPP na Galamsey no butu ye kwaje site ne so ye bi na MPP so by say NDC for na etu Galamsey no nti ye kwaje bia man no ebebo. We are all here and we once upon witness a certain regime. Yes, I can see want to me excavators meboa. Now no be the first, was it Atabe's or first John Mahama administration? Yeah, question want to be excavators. What be said the another buy the dear no your first excavators no. What be said another? Let's ask me, the former president. So what happened between Onone who to be excavators no machine no? Because I heard say, yes, see. Judgment debt to be a coso. Emma no na my to me peja no biem. Emma no the year Galamsey. I feel we actually na president asaba be gina platform so I can't tell you as now say as at the time or kasa de there Chema who to me na konta my name was not involved in Galamsey. Now look at what is happening. Until you rise up. Until see about sorry. Until some Bruni about Kaya probably be an Sada Mupe. If you are not manophonia, not Sada Mupe. 7% Bruni Kaya because and Yama across the 7 prediasa, a mere time. 7 prediasa, a mere time, a mere new, a mere ferry. And we cannot continue to accept a country, a developing country like Ghana. You come up with here, and the better need you come up with here, and the better and you come up with here, and the developmental project. Mexicano, after the end, can tell a course when you go and cream. How possible is that? How possible? Nay, we are a 12 work a sack a seer, a soon for so. Yes, when you go Ghana and in so say, what they were more having to move countries at one. Now, man, your phone and looking for a certain window, then I'm a fanko. Is that what we want as a country? Dear Penny, Say you say near penny dia. Any a buyer with so. Besrawa. Change your taxes. Change your taxes because one of these days, don't do for Tegare. Ne mabru so sorry. Ne mabru nya sorry so a. One hwe ya na kokofa se bebre e de aba. It's so bad and it's extremely terrible. Ye mu man sa, ye nya mammo sa. Nipa no waye bone. The lives of the innocent people matters in our country. God, I'm saying, I can't want to buy a bread. Me can want to be because I won't hear. Because the same and these people are still doing this illegal mining. You know them. And also say workers are who are buying a bamboo go for money wrong. Where one go for. Please, let us be responsible as a country. Near to 2 years, never year, because and yes, too kind to Dubai. I go for the holidays. Dubai, I'm to send a year boy a brain now. Now, can you say? Now, can you too kind and call home say, you're quite a new ho, you're quite near the girls and that's for their book. It's about time we live up to the task ahead of us, Mr. Dear Politician. Remember that today you'll be given the power to rule us. Tomorrow you'll become an ordinary citizen like us. If you don't do your work well, you'll be judged according to your deeds. Maybe any JB, Oya Bua for her, because the Sasso insecticide spray. A bit slow. You ever see her?
Onua Maakye fabe was so. Numekwa aso yasin. Sasso insecticide spray and coil.
All right, so me am Fiena, you made him come over how to say. Odia 95.1, of course, Akuma 87.9, and all other social media platforms. Mo enyadaji mo share na no pay, mo tie na no pay. My memo scan Tuesday, right?